Hello, my name is Kristen Hood. My topic is building prior knowledge using the Spire reading program to encourage student participation. Creating an atmosphere where students are focused, on task, and eager to learn can be challenging. Lack of engagement can result from many factors, but eventually leads to students falling behind in class. Students that are thoughtfully engaged and actively listening will become better, successful learners. Teachers that create lessons based on their students' particular needs will find their students taking an active role in their learning. Students who feel comfortable participating in class and collaborating with their peers will promote equity in the classroom. This ensures that every voice is heard, even the students that have to be encouraged to participate because of question anxiety or lack of knowledge on the subject. In this presentation, I will discuss the lack of student participation during reading instruction. Many students are reluctant to participate or answer questions, which can have a negative impact on their learning. Students that do not participate have trouble staying focused and engaged. Students that are willing to participate feel confident in class and become better readers and carry that knowledge throughout their academic career. A major problem teachers face today is the inability to tailor a lesson for the needs of all learners. This study addresses the implementation of the Spire reading program in small groups to gather data and drive instruction to build on what the students already know. The ability to gather data before content is taught will give teachers a direction in which to take the lesson. Studies have shown that students will not be successful without a firm foundation. Encouraging students to participate in early elementary prepares them to develop habits and strategies to become successful once they leave school. Research has shown that assessing students' prior knowledge of a subject allows the teacher to develop a meaningful lesson to create an atmosphere where students are already familiar with the topic. Studies have also shown that student engagement has a significant positive relationship with students' academic achievement, progress, or growth in reading and math, and all subjects combined. Low participation in class can have a negative impact on learning. Research shows a significant increase in student participation once the students are familiar with the content being taught. The earlier a student feels comfortable and willing to participate, the more meaningful their learning. Through higher student participation, students perform better in core subjects like reading and math. There have been many studies supporting the impact of assessing prior knowledge to increase participation. Students that are not actively involved in a lesson often lose focus and become disengaged. The data clearly shows that students who are familiar with the content and build prior knowledge are actively engaged in discussions and have a better understanding of the content being taught. Data taking over time shows progress in all subject areas. The curriculum where students are actively engaged in the lesson. Research shows that assessing engagement can be difficult. Teachers need to be equipped with the various tools and practices that may encourage student participation. Students' prior knowledge of a topic can be assessed using formative assessments such as quizzes, hand signals, thumbs up, thumbs down, turn and talk, or peer discussion to activate thinking when asking questions. Although these formative assessments are often low stakes or ungraded, they allow each student to participate and demonstrate their knowledge in multiple ways. An atmosphere where encouragement, participation, and collaboration promotes student achievement. Learning in school today is very different than learning in the past. Today, learning is more of an interaction between the teacher and the students. Placing focus on building prior knowledge during explicit instruction allows the students to reflect on their learning while the teacher gathers information about how to proceed with the lesson. Students are encouraged to collaborate with their peers and participate even when they are unsure of the answer. This research plan involves two groups of kindergarten students with mixed abilities ranging from below level to above level in reading. The sampling technique used in this study will be convenience sampling. The students will be selected by random sampling to create the two groups. Both groups will complete the Early STAR literacy test as a pre-assessment before any content is taught. The teacher will then take the data from the STAR report and develop a lesson plan that is based on the abilities of each group. One group will receive explicit instruction utilizing the Spire reading program along with their daily whole group reading lesson. The second group will not receive the Spire program. The teacher will keep track of the participation of both groups A and B during whole group reading lessons. After 9 weeks, the data will be compiled and compared. A STAR early literacy test will be given at the end of the study to check for growth. This study involves 15 students in kindergarten. The students are Title I funded and most are low income. There are 10 boys and 5 girls ranging from African American, white, and Hispanic ethnicities. The students will be taking the same STAR early literacy pre- and post-test. The study will be conducted by the classroom teacher, so the results will only be seen by the teacher. An Excel chart will be used to record participation data over a 9-week period. The sampling technique used in this study is convenience sampling. This type of non-probability sampling involves the sample being drawn from the part of the population that is available. This technique gives an equal chance or probability to be selected and reduces selection bias. The 15 students will be randomly selected and distinguished as Group A and Group B. Group A will receive Spire reading program and small group instruction on a daily basis, based on the results from their STAR early literacy test. Group B will not receive Spire instruction in small groups. The student participation in whole group instruction will be recorded daily to check for an increase in participation according to specialized lessons tailored to their learning needs. An increase in student participation is expected over the 9-week period. Students will be randomly selected for the experimental group and the control group. There will be no breach of confidentiality, and the students will be numbered, so no identity will be linked to the results. There is no risk to the students. Informed consent will be obtained from parents and guardians, as this study does involve minors. The dependent variable in this study is student participation. The independent variable in this study is the implementation of the Spire reading program during small group to create a more explicit lesson based on prior knowledge. This study will take place in one kindergarten classroom, and the data will be recorded on a daily basis during reading instruction. The participation data will be tallied and recorded by the classroom teacher during whole group. This block lasts approximately 30 minutes, and the teacher will have a check sheet to record each time a student in Group A and Group B that raises their hand, gives a thumbs up, or verbally participates during the lesson. After 9 weeks, the teacher will add up the participation for Group A and compare it to Group B participation. The teacher anticipates an increase in student participation over the 9-week period. The data in this study will come from the amount of participation during whole group reading. The teacher will implement the Spire reading program to the experimental group to build prior knowledge. This data should exhibit an increase in student participation as a result from the implementation of additional reading practice from Spire. Spire is a teacher-led program that implements 10 steps involving explicit instruction in phonemic awareness, phonics, spelling, vocabulary, comprehension, and fluency, instilling and reinforcing every state of reading development. The amount of student participation observed during a lesson will be tallied and recorded to serve as the instrument in this study. The plan of action is to encourage student participation by building prior knowledge. Through this plan of action, students will feel more confident in answering questions and have a better understanding about the topic being taught. By assessing prior knowledge, students' learning will become more meaningful, and they are expected to participate and give them an opportunity to build prior knowledge before learning the new content. To see student achievement growth, I would like to see an increase in participation and engagement in my students throughout the day. Additional research could be conducted in the area of participation by incorporating these strategies in other areas of the curriculum, such as math. By encouraging participation and engagement, the students experience improved academic achievement and satisfaction and are more likely to persist through academic struggles. Thank you.